So if you're given the mean and you have a missing value, how do you figure out what that is? Well, we know that the mean is just the result of taking all the numbers, adding them up, and dividing by the total amount. But if you're looking for a missing number, then the process is actually pretty straightforward. All you have to do is take the average, multiply it by the total amount. So there, in this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 data pieces. And then you're going to get a product. After you get that product, you're going to subtract it from the sum, or subtract it by the sum of the data that you have. So let's see what that looks like. So the following table shows last year's revenue for each Herman's Hoagies location. We have 121 for the Sidarton, Rimber was 189, Lytton is 147, and Granton is an unknown amount. If the mean of the data set is $158,000, what is the revenue for Granton location, for the Granton location? So all you have to do is, when there's one data piece missing, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 data pieces in total. So you take 158, which is the average, and you multiply it by 4. That's going to give you the total. So 158 times 4, it's going to be 32, carry the 3, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23, carry the 2, and 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2, which is 632. So my total is 632. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this total for what you have, which is 121 plus 189 plus 147. That's more scratch work. So 121 plus 189 plus 147 is 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 plus 4 is 15. So 5, carry the 1. And 1, I put that 1 in the wrong place. Carry the 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So 457. So now, to find out what this missing number is, so this piece right here is 457. We know the total is supposed to be 632. So the missing number for Granton is just going to be the difference between 632 and 457. So 632 minus 457 gives you, this has to become a 12. So this becomes a 2. 12 minus 7 is 5. This has to become a 12. So this has to become a 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. And 5 minus 4 is 1. So this missing number is 175. That's how you do it. Here's another table, and this table shows the number of snow days each school district in Treen County had last winter. So we have four days in District 201, 8 days in 211, 3 days in 221, 6 days in 231, and an unknown number of days in 241. So what we know is there are, if the mean of the data set is 5 days of snow, so 5 snow days, find the number of snow days in District 241. So we know our average, or our mean, is 5 days. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 districts that have data in the final result. So you're going to say 5 times 5 is 25. So your total should be 25. But how many days do we have so far? Is the sum of 4, 8, 3, and 6. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. So this is 21. So if the whole thing is 25, then the missing number is just 25 minus 21, which is just 4. And that's literally all you're doing. Let's try another one. We have Clearwater Estates that has 17 hydrants, Shamrock Oaks with 15 hydrants, Hidden Village with 21 hydrants, Tower Terrace with 12 hydrants, and Prairie Pass has an unknown number of hydrants. If the mean is 15, what is the number of hydrants in Prairie Pass? Now, if you want, you can start to pick it up and recognize, well, I know I'm going to have to find these, to add these up. So let's say 17 plus 15 is 32. 32 plus 21 is 53. 53 plus 12 is going to be 65. So this total is 65. Now, we don't know what the new total is, but we know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of data altogether. So if I take my average, 15 times 5, that's going to give me 75. I already have 65 of the 75 hydrants. So how many hydrants will be missing for Prairie Pass? That would just be a difference of 75 minus 65, which is 10. So that means that Prairie Pass has 10 hydrants. So here, the following data points represent the number of points scored last basketball game by each player on the Dragons basketball team. At 5, 8, 11, and 7. If the mean of the data set is 8 points, find the missing number of points. Well, how many points do I have so far? I have 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 plus 11 is 24. And 24 plus 7 is 31. So I already have 31 points. But my average is supposed to be 8, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data sets or 5 games played. So if I have average 8 points for 5 games, that's 8 times 5, which is 40. So now I already accounted for 31 of the points. So I just need to find out what's missing. 40 minus 31 gives you 9. So this last game was supposed to be 9 points. So that's the basics for how to do it. I'm going to do a couple more examples just to make sure that we go through the different types of numbers, but that's the skill. You take the average, you multiply it by all of the data points, including the missing number, and then you just subtract the total for the data points that you have. Let's try it again though. So the following data points represent the volume of gas in each race car's driver's tank. And that's in liters. You have 4, 5, and 13, and then you have an unknown amount. If the mean of the data set is 7 liters, find the missing volume of gas. Well, I know that there are, so the mean or the average is 7. I'm going to take the average, which is 7, and multiply it by the total number of cars. So 4, 5, 13, and the unknown. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 times 4 is 28. I need to take away the total for the ones that I already have. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 13 is 22. So I'm going to subtract 28 by 22. And my difference is just 6. So the missing number would have been a 6. So this time we have a 0 involved, which is good too. So we have This is the number of chicken nuggets on each family member's plate. We know the average is 3, so we're looking at 3 chicken nuggets as an average times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 family members in total. So 3 times 5 would mean that you had to have had 15 nuggets in total. How many nuggets were already accounted for? 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 0 is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10. So I already have 10 accounted for, so that means that there were 5 chicken nuggets that were unaccounted for, and so that last person must have had 5 chicken nuggets. So here we have the number of innings pitched by each of the starting pitchers. So we have 11, 12, 7, and 3. I have an average of 8 and an unknown. Sorry, we also have an unknown. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitchers. We're looking for Brantley. So the total number of innings pitched would have been the average of 8 times 5 pitchers. So there's a total of 40 innings pitched. Now we know Calvin, Tom, Sean, and Chris's totals. So we add those up, and 11 plus 12 is 23. 23 plus 7 is 30, and 30 plus 3 is 33. And to find out what's missing, you just subtract those. 40 minus 33 is just 7. So here's one that looks a little different. So raisins on a scoop of each brand of Raisin Bran cereal. So if the mean of the data set is 7 raisins, find the number of raisins in each scoop of Great For You, which is the missing number here. All right, so we know that Good To Go is 9, has a total of 9. Morning Meal has a total of 7. And so the average is 7. The mean is 7. So that means that the average is 7, but there are 1, 2, 3 brands available. So 7 times 3 means that in total there should have been 21 raisins between 21 scoops of raisins between the 3 brands. Now I already know that Good To Go has 9 and Morning Meal has 7, so 9 plus 7 is 16. So if I subtract 21 minus 16, all the rest of them must be from Great For You. So that's a difference of 5. So that means Great For You must have 5 scoops of raisins. Alright, so I'm going to stop here. There are some other problems that involve fractions and decimals, but it doesn't change your strategy. You're going to multiply the average by the total number of data points. Then you're going to add up the data points that you have and just subtract that from the total, and that will be your missing number. Hope it helps. Let's get it done.